Good morning, everyone. Big welcome to our 3P Tuesday workshop. Today is Tuesday, May 27th, 2025. I do not know where the time goes, but it is already done with May. Who here is excited for June? Oh, nobody's excited for June. Okay, that's okay. Let's stay in May for a little bit longer, okay? Um, for all the brand new brand partners here, if you have been invited here for the very first time, if you are just plugging in to our 3-hour online work week, huge congratulations, because the person that got you really on this call, number one, is your partner, okay? They are here to help you and support you. And number two, you're being introduced to a community now, okay? Where every week we support each other online. And what we do online is to learn, okay? We're learning, absorbing, and we're practicing our messaging, our system, which is called the PPP. So let's start off the call. What does the PPP stand for? Number one is to pique interest, okay, by asking 2 questions. Are you into your health? What have you heard about the latest technology in stem cells, right? Once you pique them, you're going to take them to a preview. What is a preview, everyone? Literally, you're previewing a website called whathaveyouheard.com. When you start to learn how to preview that website, what are you previewing? You're previewing to answer 3 questions. Write this down if you have not understood this, and this is very important. The first question is, does this technology work? So when you preview the website, you're going to see before and after pictures. You're going to see a video, 3-minute video explaining how it works. The second question you're going to have to answer is, will it work for me? So by the time they see the before and after pictures, by the time they see the 3-minute video, they're going to see a testimonial where they're going to resonate. They're going to hear, they're going to build up information, and that will answer, will it work for me? After that, they can still preview a live event that happens on Monday and Thursday. They can still preview a 3-way call after they've previewed all the videos, okay? And that is all steps to preview to get a what? A
Partnership.
partnership. A partnership. If you can peak properly, if you can take them through the preview properly, that will always come out to a partnership. How many of us on this call today, there's 94 on right now. Raise your hand if you have properly done a PPP and if you have properly had a good partnership that came after the PPP. Look at this, everyone. Look at all these hands, okay? If you're brand new, look at Dr. Ray. He has 2 hands up, okay? If you are a brand new partner here, if you have never been in this industry, or if you have been in this industry and you've never had success, big welcome to the light now, okay? We have broken through, meaning that we have figured it out. What is the most important thing to learn when you first start this journey? It is literally learning how to peak, okay, everyone? And this call here, we're supporting this every Tuesday and throughout the whole week as you grow. Now, I want to share some updated news to back up what we have done now. Does everybody remember Daisy from Taiwan, the SPD, Chinese, Taiwanese, the Daisy? And you know that the whole Taiwan market has adopted to the PPP. About a month ago, they enrolled a doctor that quit 3 years ago. And what do you think is the reason why this doctor came back today to build back today?
Simplified system.
Don, when literally they came back and approached this doctor again, they used the PPP. And the moment the doctor joined, Don, what do you think he did to his entire database now?
The exact same thing.
The exact same thing, but they actually did it faster. They did it, instead of doing 3 a day, he did 30 a day in a sense. Does that make sense? But he did it through the PPP, meaning he learned how to peak, and then he brought them to a Zoom to do the preview together with a lot of people. It wasn't a one-on-one. It was literally, he peaked, he made his calls, he invited them on a Zoom, Don, where they got to see the preview together. And guess what they all did? They all partnered together. They all joined at the same time. So within about a month and a half period, everyone, this doctor became an executive director. 50,000 points. Now, we all know that we're not here for speed. We all know that we're not here. There is no racing game to reach a rank. But we all know that we're here to systemize, to literally get people in the beginning. And guess what he's so excited about, Don, now, right now, at this moment?
All his people can do the exact same thing.
Exactly. Everyone now, Don, that is going into that leg, into that specific training, everyone is learning the PPP first before they go out and share any patching protocols, before they ask anybody what kind of pain they have. They literally went PPP on steroids. Exactly. Now, I'm sharing this because I'm coming back now from Utah. And we came back from Arizona. So who here came to the Arizona event? Okay, last week. Okay, look at all these hands. What did we hear at this Arizona event? All we heard is just people, leaders, builders in our community that are just sharing their success now. There's nothing else. There was no training. There was no training on patches. There's no training on comp plans. It was literally an event for the first time that we can all get together and what we call build community. And the whole community has been built on the new way, meaning everyone is relearning the PPP. So now we can have an equal playing field for everyone learning at the same time. All the senior partners that have been here for years are learning how to PPP. All the brand new partners are seeing all the older partners using the same language as the PPP. And now we're starting to really develop the community. And guess what? When I went to Utah, guess what a lot of the SPDs are talking about today? The PPP. They're really asking, how are we growing? Why are we growing? What is this stabilizing? Because we can all understand what's going to happen now very soon with our company. We're getting ready to scale, everyone. Okay, we are ready there. The company now is coming in and they're going to share now all the changes in the compensation plan. Now, this is not a compensation plan call. This is a PPP call. But what I want each one of you to understand, and I want you to share this down to your lines, to every single person that's joining you or that is afraid of change. It's not the comp plan that you should be afraid of change. It's you not using the PPP properly that you should be afraid of by not using it right. Because if you can really learn how to use the PPP properly, what is the number to max out the comp plan, everyone? What do you have to do to max out the comp plan? How many actives do you need? 6. 3 on your left, 3 on your right, right, Kathleen? And out of the 6, you still have to do exactly the same thing that you had to do in an old comp plan. And on the new comp plan, you still have to do exactly the same thing. Behaviors are not changing because the comp plan is changing, everyone. What it really means is if you stick with the behaviors, if you stick with learning PPP, then you can learn how to recruit. Then you can learn how to recruit your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now you can duplicate. And the new compensation plan, everyone, is going to reward you so heavily now. It's going to reward you and recognize you for building brand new people that are coming into your business and brand new people that are moving up the ranks with the new comp plan. And everyone, let me repeat this again, everyone is going to get rewarded. Nothing has changed. The only person or the only leaders that are afraid of this new comp plan change are not the new people, everyone. It's actually the older SPDs that have been here for 20, 15 years, and they have not recruited for that long. They have not brought in brand new people. Does that make sense, everyone? Okay. This new comp plan is rewarding us, the people that are actually going out there and building. What does building mean? Actually bringing in customers and partners. That is what building means. What we are doing is we're defining that build. We are processing that build. We are duplicating that build with the PPP. Any questions on that, anyone? Unmute yourself.
Peter, I have a question on, congrats to the person I brought in. When you bring in that many people, like 30, 20, 30 at a time, how do you enroll? What's the process of who goes first or left, right, or what? How's that all roll?
Oh, good question. And the question is, they come in one at a time.
Okay. So, well, you have 30 on the Zoom at one time.
30 on a Zoom one time. Hey, everyone, if you're interested, you email me at this email address. Whoever I open up the email first, you come first.
Got it. Okay.
The emails are all time-stamped, so
Yep.
it's easy to it's easy to figure out.
And on that one, Joanne, this is leadership talk. This is for, like, again, it's not duplicatable yet to launch it like that. But again, this doctor was here 3 years ago. He has a huge database that he wanted to tap back into, and he woke up a lot of these people back. Does that make sense, everyone? Exactly what we're teaching you, right, Don? We taught everyone. Wake up back your old people. If you've been here for 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, if you've already developed relationships here, this is going to really work. And the PPP, again, is designed for you to have conversations. It's designed for you to connect. And this time, this comp plan is really going to reward you very heavily to connect. Okay. So, any last questions on that part? I want to make sure we're covered. I wanted to open up this call today. There's a lot of things to cover on the PPP, but I want to make sure your mindset, okay, your mindset is not in a fear position. Your mindset should be in a growth position now. It is really exciting. Literally, it's exciting to see this change because we're in a 20-year-old comp plan that is ready to scale up. So all the things that we could change, all the benefits that they can move to the brand new person, it will be done, okay? Guaranteed. Now, let's get into these calls, the PPP. with all the things happening, all the testimonials, all the results, everyone, I'm even listening. I am listening to a lot of SPDs, PDs, leaders in the industry, leaders in the field, to literally understand how they are building. And I can tell you, a lot of this information is almost contradictory. It's contradiction, because you don't need to talk about the comp plan. You don't need to talk about a lot of the things unless you really understand how to peak, who you're talking to. Does that make sense, everyone? I don't know how many, I'm literally putting this out there. The peak is so important. We're going to practice. We're going to have to practice the peak every day. What does the peaking mean? Get out of your comfort zone. So, Gene, are you asking people, hey, are you into your health? What is the conversation? Joe, are you asking people, are you into your health? What have you heard about stem cells? What does that conversation look like? Bob, are you asking that question? Victoria, are you asking that question, right? After you ask that question, are you really going into that person? Meaning, are you giving them your time, your energy, that extra couple minutes? Or are you just asking, hey, are you into your health? Okay, bye. Are you asking, are you into your health? Are you into your stem cells? Just to get to the preview site really quick? Does that make sense, everyone? Everything makes a difference. So if you're going to stay on the peak side, that is literally the time that I need to ask that girl on the date, right? Is that time if I want to. But if I want to, I have to peak that person's so high that she's willing to say yes to go on a date. Does that make sense? Are you all doing that? Are we all doing that? Are you putting more emphasis into the hello? Are you really saying the caring words, Victoria, when you say, hey, are you really into your health? What are you into your health with? What are you doing these days to take care of your health, Victoria? Are you exercising more? Are you researching more biohacking tools? Are you going to the gym more? Get it? Are you doing more spiritual? What are you really doing to get healthier these days? Oh my God, Victoria. Wow, you're doing all that? Hey, what have you heard about phototherapy? Hey, what have you heard about the latest technology in stem cells? Are we all putting that emphasis on that conversation like that? Karen, you want to add something to that? Karen DiCarlo? No,
Yes,
right?
yes.
you-
I do. I think we touched on it like about a week or so ago, and I'm glad that you're bringing it up again. I had to keep reevaluating myself. I'm always concerned about people, right? That's why I'm in this. I love people and I want to make a difference all the time because people did that for me. But I also felt like I was putting the cart before the horse in my energy or in my thoughts, right? And going through my PPP to get them peaked and previewed. Like, I felt like that was my main concern. Like, these are my steps. I need to get to the next step. I need to get to the next step. And what I found when I sat and thought with myself was that energy can be felt by the other person, right? So I
Correct.
had to really pull back and stop making that my worry or my main goal. I have to
Correct.
go back to day one. My main goal is to make a difference or to provide information for people to make a difference in their own life out
Correct.
of my heart. So I'm
And,
glad you touched on that again today.
and even then, when you said that last week or the last time, it really made me think, everyone, are we really in a hurry to get to the preview side? But the preview side is not even a preview. It could be a I'm pushing. Are we really pushing that now? No. You got to get to the preview site with grace before you got to get to that site by understanding and connecting with them first.
We have to have grace for them too, that they're not getting to the peak as quickly as possible, maybe because they haven't been exposed to some of these things or have that knowledge. And so it's our maybe not task, but our guidance to walk them to that place without judgment, just with care.
Yep. And and a lot of people, everyone, remember, this is for brand new people, especially brand new people that are afraid in the beginning to talk. Who here was afraid in the beginning to share? Were you afraid in the beginning to share because you didn't know what to say or you didn't understand the feeling? Now, if you understand that now, then when you peak enough, good enough, and you stay in a peak section, by the time they come into the preview section, it should be like, oh my God, I got to see this because this person listened to me. I think they know what I need, right? I think they know what I know. Now I can go into this. Now, this is what I've seen. A lot of people that like to sell, they're going to rush this process. But if you can not rush this process and you can guide people through it, learn how to guide like a dancing, right? You can't fast dance this. You actually have to do a slow dance into this process. But that slow dance, I guarantee you, just like our event in Arizona, people don't remember what they heard a lot. You only can capture 8%. But they sure did remember all those colors and all that energy. They're not going to remember how you peaked them, but they're going to remember how you made them feel to share that information. Did y'all get that? They're going to remember really how you shared information, how they felt. And if it felt good, you're going to dance more into the information. If it feels rushed or pushed or convinced, then maybe sometimes there's a step back. And sometimes you might say too much, again, in the between the pictures. You might say too much before you get to the 3-minute video. You might have said too much before we get to the testimonial. Who's guilty of that? There you go. Pamela just raised her hand right away because she knows, right? But this is good because, again, did you slow a little bit down now, Pamela? Has that changed the flow a little bit of the results by slowing it down?
Actually, they're like begging to go to the next part.
Everyone, did you hear what she said? They are begging now because there's so much value, right? And you listen to them, right, Pamela? You literally gave them that energy in the beginning. Now they want to know, what does Pamela have for me?
It's really more about the thing that people don't know how or care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that's what flips the dial.
Correct.
Because then you also have listened enough to know what is important to them and what they are basically dealing with too. So that seems to make the difference.
Now, Pamela, imagine now we've learned one way, but now we're changing up this way. And now because you've all changed to this way, remember, we're not recruiting, right, Pamela? We are attracting. Everyone, write that down if you haven't. We're not recruiting. We're attracting. But to attract, Pamela, doesn't your frequency,
well, it's a completely different frequency.
Yes.
Attraction is very magnetic, and that's why they're excited to go to the next part versus feeling when somebody feels pushed or sold, they're instantly going to go like this. Just it's human nature because you're taking away their free agency. And the way you've done the peak is that you're asking permission to first. You're not just vomiting this information on them. You're asking in an elegant way for permission. If I had something that could help, would you be interested? So you're not just saying here.
Just do it. And then now, if you're
that
not
resistance comes up, yeah.
Yeah. Now imagine, Pamela, you're PPPing a professional lawyer, a professional doctor, a professional athlete, a professional whatever. Get it? These are professionals we're talking to. We're not talking to younger kids or people that are not because we want to work with professionals, right? So isn't it nice to have a professional conversation, Pamela?
It is. And we just had a barbecue, and a really exclusive dentist showed up with all of these dental practices because he wants to start adding the patches into his practice. And he just gave us his information. Yeah, put me in, sign me up. And this was with a group of people that are learning your another dentist and his beautiful wife that are all excited that they are learning the PPP now as well. So,
and I can tell you, all professionals respect a system. They respect saving time. They respect saving their energy. They respect saving their image on something that has been created. So if we are an organization, Pamela, and if we support how we teach, what we say, and they got to hear you, and now they got to meet the community, isn't it more powerful now that they've, oh my God, I am backed up by this community. Welcome. We're not afraid because we're all doing the same thing. We're all learning and applying. Doesn't matter if you're a teacher, a janitor, or a dentist, or a lawyer. Everyone has to learn this.
yeah. And a picture's worth 1,000 words. So the pictures speak for themselves. It's really a profound process.
Yep. And everyone, when we say less is more, don't spoil the aha moment for that person. Don't spoil their learning, their excitement from learning this without you telling them. Let them see it.
Peter,
let them hear it.
That
right,
that phrase you said, don't spoil it for them. The visual I got when this unfolded was you're with 5 or 6 of your friends in college, right? Or you're going out there's 3 couples going to a movie, right? And you've all got your popcorn and you're going to the theater, and somebody goes, wait, let me tell you the end.
Yeah.
Right as you're getting ready to open the doors and go in the movie, right? Who does that? Nobody.
Nobody. Thanks, Eric. And again, this is like literally a preview to a movie. Eric and all of us here, we are all literally actors in our own movie right now. We all decided to be in this part of this movie together. It's kind of like X-Men, where you get all the talents together and then you create something and then the whole world is saved, right? That's what we're doing. We're X-Men. But instead of using our superpowers, what are we using? Our words. Our words are our superpowers.
And our light.
And the system too.
The words create the system. The system can duplicate on and on. That's how we're sharing our superpowers, Pamela, because we're creating a duplication. Now, it was actually really nice before I get to Don. I think, Don, you want to add something right now?
Well, we bring tranquility to the equation, and it begins to change everything. Who on the screen right now has enjoyed having your work week slowed down to 3 hours a week? I can guarantee you pretty much everybody in this community has raised their hand right now. And I think one of the significant things for us to take from that learned lesson is for us to bring that into our peaking strategy.
Yes.
Slowing it down. When we ask somebody if they're into their health and they're gracious enough to respond and begin to talk about it, we can really begin to slow the dance down and help them understand like just the level of frustration that they're dealing with, because they haven't been equipped with a way to deal with what it is that's got them so stressed, it's got them so in pain. And so we get to a place by continuing to connect them to that, where they'll be looking for what it is we have to offer. And the simplest question we can put forward once we get to that place is, Are you open to having a look at something that might just equip you to deal with the things that have been frustrating you the most? And then walking them through the preview. Walking them through the preview.
Thank you, Don. And I'm going to piggyback on that, Don. I've had conversations with a lot of uplines, a lot of leaders. I'm going to tell you straight up, a lot of leaders, they're all working on their own training systems. And Don, I looked at all of them. And I'm going to tell it on this recording, everyone. You can create the best system ever, meaning the best look, the best tier, the best modules, the best languaging. You can run this like a Navy arm. You can structure it. But when I looked at the whole thing, everyone, are you ready for this? Don, guess what website I shared with them?
Let's build this now.
And they never even looked at it. They all looked at it the first time, one time, Don. What do you think happened to all their eyes, everyone?
Glazed over.
They literally, everything they were creating, everything they were paying so much out of pocket for, and it's not even created. I'm just saying this to everyone. Nothing matters until you figure out the PPP, the peak. You can have every training possible for mindset, leadership, all that stuff. But if you can't get people through the door, if you cannot get them to look at something the right way now and duplicate from there, to me, it does not matter anymore. But the most beautiful thing we did is we've created the best, simplest, free onboarding website. And that all will be updated as all the changes is going to happen to the comp plan, but not the PPP is stuck on there, everyone. And that is what I want everyone to learn when you onboard. So I'm letting you know all these trainings, everything that you're going to see from every single team out there. Okay. Everyone is trying to figure it out now because they know the next 5 years is going to be the wild, wild west. Okay. Literally grab it all. Okay. This is like the pie. Just grab your partners, okay? But how we're going to do it is always has to be through this way. So a lot of information. Well, we're done with 30 minutes. Does anybody want to add something? We're finished literally with May. We're going to go into June really heavily now. Again, role-playing, helping each other, supporting through the PPP. I'm going to have a lot of testimonials coming up with the PPP. Our event was such a huge success that the word PPP is really spreading out there. So just know that. And again, June is a really transitioning month. Okay. So June, July, August, everyone, is the last 90 days. Whatever rank you want to move to, you have to do it by August 31st. So now 90 days. Seller sizes should come out. Water machines should come out. New camp plan should be ready. PPP website 100% done. What else do you got? What else does anybody need here to succeed? Raise your hand if you don't know yet. Nothing, right? We should be good to go, right? Okay. I want to leave you with these last stats. January, February, March, April, May, 5 months. We're now almost averaging over 120 to 150 partners every single day that are joining these calls. It took 5 months to get there. Where do we all want to be in the next 90 days by August 31st? We're going to build that energy ball now. Okay. I'm ready to move it. We're all done. Now we're going to push to the momentum. Okay. The next 90 days, everybody, you're in. You ready? It's summertime. Okay. It's summertime. It's going to get hot, okay? This is the time. Take all your energy, take everything you've learned. Kylie, Heidi, Valerie, Denise, Sil, Karen, or whoever I see on the screen, Pamela, you all know who you are. You already know exactly what you're doing. Just give your energy to the world and just do the PPP right, okay? I want to see literally, I love to meet all your best partners, okay, that will be coming to the convention and to these the water technology launch. So the next event, who here will be going to Dallas on June 7th? Okay, if you are, I will see you there. If you're not going to be there, it's going to be streamed, okay? So stream it. It is literally the last event where the company is getting every director and above together for the last time to share the comp plan out. Does that make sense? You're going to hear about it. Everyone's going to be chatting on it. Again, I'm going to leave you with this. Do not be afraid of change. Embrace it, okay? It's the best change for this company. I promise you. It's going to create the next generation, the next wave of LifeWave, okay? We will be $1 billion brand, so you have to scale to it. So enjoy the process. I'll see you all there tomorrow. We're going to have a great In the Know with Peter Know. And thank you, Don. And thank you, everyone, for showing up as always. And I'll see you mañana. Enjoy your Tuesday.
Thank you,
Thank
Peter.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you,
Aloha.
Peter.
Aloha.